Right, the week for some started on Sunday, so that was the Turpentine racing, and of course the launch of that 3-year-old winter series that went into the Larker stable, and Sabre Strike certainly looks an above average sort. But as far as weekday racing is concerned, that recommences on a Tuesday, and we are racing in Port Elizabeth. It is back to Gqeberha, with this time where we're racing on the poly track. But of course, you can give us feedback as to this new initiative by for racing as far as the winter series is concerned via our socials. That is our X handle or our WhatsApp numbers. Wherever you are, I wish you a warm welcome, and I wish you a good week ahead, not only in your personal lives, professional lives, but also from a racing perspective. We've got racing coming through from PE. 12:30 is the off time to that first of our 8 races. So without further ado, let me give you a bit of a guide to the betting before we introduce our very, very, very loyal and informative analyst, Mr. Podesta. It is a race number 1, odds on favor, the 7, Queen of Jazz. That is now as short as 6-10. Number 2, Double Trade, 6-1. Number 1, Blueberry Blue, is at 7-1, 8-1 about the 5, Maxi Girl, and then we're looking at 10-1 and a better bar those. Now, reason for those short prices, always in the red, was the 7, Queen of Jazz, but what would have been the market rival? Number 3, Fantasy Girl, is one of only 4 scratchings at this stage of the day. We're recording on a Monday for Tuesday. All right, so now we're going to welcome Nino. He's been awaiting patiently, and it is a warm welcome to you, Nino. I say warm because it is a warm afternoon here in Joburg as we prepare for Tuesday racing back in Quebec. Thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully we have some more good stuff from you. You were very bullish about the one in the last on Friday, and it won accordingly. 1 or 2 of your good bets came through, and unfortunately, exotics always have a way of tripping us up. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Cecil. And it's a warm day down here as well in the Cape.
Yes, indeed. So now, basically, are we looking for a very good big payouts on Friday, Tuesday, as we look ahead to Tuesday racing on the poly track?
No, I doubt whether we're going to have big payouts tomorrow. Not if the horses that I like arrive. So I don't think we're going to have a big payout. I think a lot of favourites are going to be winning, or they're going to be very hard to beat.
Yes, I see. The one I was talking about in the last Friday was Body Electric, and that won well by about a length and a quarter. Richard Free adding to his impressive tally. All right, we're going to have a look at your bipod selections for the meeting. It starts in race number 1, and that is at 12:30. We've got a couple of bankers. That is Banker 7 by Banker the 2, and then in the penultimate leg, race number 5, we've got Banker the 1, and that is Gideon's daughter. So that is an outlay of 40 Rand to our bipod, courtesy of Mr. Nino Podesta. All right, we move on to that popular bet in PE, and that is the place accumulator starting in race number 2. 5 past 1 is your off time to a tap. Telebet 0861 0008 22 maiden plate. It's over the 1200 meters. And just before we go any further, let me just get the scratchings as we have them out of the way. So race 1, we did confirm that number 3, Fantasy Girl, is a scratching. That's having run last Friday. In race 2, number 5, a Swiss Walt, is a scratching, having won last Friday. In race number 3, the 3, Mayor of Maryvale, was due to have its first run in Gqeberha, is injured. And then in race 5, number 12, Sky Velocity, no suitable jockey available for the 12 in a race number 5, and hence that is a scratch. Devon Ashby, he is sidelined, and just giving you the replacements for Devon. Race 3, number 6, Heart of Thieves, the Marco van Rensburg. Race 3, number 6. Race 7, number 7, Grey Smoke, Charleston Lovo. And race 8, number 9, Timbavati River, a winner last time out, is now a chance rider, Caden Brewer. All right, so let's move on to the betting to race number 2. And we're looking at the start of the PA, where we have an import who's deep in the red, a former Mike the Cock Charge, Marquez, and that is at around 11-20 as I speak. The others in the betting for race number 2, well, it isn't looking to be a banker in that first leg of the PA, but the market rival will have to be the one, just can't get enough at 5-1. 8-1 is the 7, Newton Heath. Number 6, War Sword, has gone out from 8-1 to 9-1. It is bracketed at 9-1. With another drifter, that is the first time, number 8, Adriana L. Now with the Zisman Oosthuizen stable, Adriana L rather. This was formerly with Alec Glad, never had a run for him, and is now going to debut in Gqeberha. Right, I take it we've got a banker in that first leg of the PA, Mr. Podesta?
Yes, we're going to banker that number 2, the new recruit, to PE in the yard of Alan Greef. And also, just quickly going back to the first race where number 3 Fantasy Lady is scratched, I think that Queen of Jazz is very hard to beat, and you can start your multiples there.
Yes, quite a short price, but I'm sure we will at least have guys who will use that as a launch pad. And then you say Marquez should be a hard horse to beat in race 2?
It should. The only danger, but I think with the Joburg form that it brings down to PE, it's going to be very hard to beat. Obviously, you've got the concern running on Polly, a slight concern, but I think that form is going to prove too hard for the locals to beat. So 2, the danger, 1 and 7.
Thank you so much. And just as we look at the selections, Nino, a form update from last Friday, the 3 Act of Power finished 5th, and that was 4.35 lengths behind the Swiss Waltz, who is the scratching in race number 2. So the latest form update about the 3, 5th over a distance of 1,000 meters, 4.35 lengths behind the now scratched Swiss Waltz. That is a 5 past 1 off time to race number 2. All right, so as the day beckons, and that, of course, will be the next announcement of the potential July entrants and aspirants. We are looking forward to your input and as to what you think will make the cut and not through our socials. That is our X handle or our WhatsApp number. Now, race number 3, talking about out-of-town racing, it is the one Storm Boulevard in race number 3, who will be having a first run in the province, and it certainly comes through from the Western Cape, where it was based with Eric Sands with some very solid form. Last night, it was 13 to 10. Now, evens is just about available. Who knows? Come race time tomorrow, could be another one that is in the red. So that is at evens. Sumanga Kumalo teaming up with Kelly Mitchley. The others in the betting, number 4, Colonel Green is at 15, was at 15 to 4, 4 to 1 now. Number 2, Patea is at 5 to 1, 11 to 2 about the 5 elusive Marta rather, and then it is of course 16 to 1 and a better 5 elusive Marta. That is Sharon Costin with the services of Donald Geertsen in the saddle. Scratch is the 3 Mayor of Maryvale. Now, as far as Mr. Podesta is concerned, race the number 3, do we take a chance and a banker first to time out the new recruit also from the Western Cape this time, with Kelly Mitchley and Smanga gets the ride. Certainly some very solid form in the Western Cape. In fact, was the favourite on 1 or 2 occasions and has met the likes of Rockpool, who was once upon a time highly regarded by the Snake stable, Nino.
Yes, Cecil, very solid Cape Town form, and definitely the horse to beat. I almost banked it, but I was quite impressed with the Colonel Green last run over the 1200. I think he's going to improve more being over the 14 on breeding. For me, only 1 and 4. At Storm Boulevard, very hard to beat. The only danger, number 4, Colonel Green. I think I'm going to go both in the bipod. Okay,
so in the bipod, you've gone 1 and 4. And as far as the pick 6, 1 and 4 as well.
1 and 4 in the pick 6 as
there
well.
We have it on our screens right now, 1 and 4. And then it is 8 runners in the second leg. That will be race number 4. Before we get to a banker, that will be race number 5, and that is the 1. And then there's a banker in the penultimate leg, race number 7, and that is the 3. It'll be interesting to get to those races. In fact, we're going to go to race number 4 shortly, the start of the first jackpot. The outlay to that pick 6 is, per usual, very, very affordable from a percentage point of view. 512 Rand for the 4 units. All right, as we promised, we're going to discuss the first jackpot. Now, it is a field of just the 8 runners and no prizes for guessing that in that pick 6, we went the field in leg number 2, courtesy of Nino's suggestion to that pick 6. However, let's have a look at the betting for that first leg of the jackpot. The 5 Meet at the Windsor is your favorite, and that has actually been adjusted into 15 to 10 from the 16 to 10. That is Richard Fourie and Alan Greef with the colors of the Hollywood. Number 3, he knows, that is at 15 to 4, Gas Smith and Craig exactly. 4-1, the 6 Windsock. Number 2, Reacher for the Stars is at 7-1, adjusted in from 15-2. It is 8 and better. So the movers are the 5 meter, the Windsor, 16-10 into 15-10. Second favorite, number 3, He Knows. In fact, that remains at 15-4, but it is the 2 Reach for the Stars. 15-2 has been taken up and is now at 7-1. Now, as far as race number 4 is concerned, Nino, it is a classified stakes. And as far as race number 4 is concerned, now I'm looking at Meet of the Windsor. Maybe you can tell me better. Seems to be better on turf than it is on the poly, or am I just looking at it from wrong or a squinted eyesight?
No, you're 100% correct, Cecil. This horse is best on turf. If it was turf, I would probably have banked it. On the poly, I've got a slight doubt. And I'll make this quite a trappy race after that, because if Meet at the Windsor doesn't perform on the poly on Tuesday, you can get any kind of result. Now, you've got a horse like He Knows, a good pace maiden run on the turf, back over the course and distance where he won by 7.5 lengths, definitely comes into it. You can put a line through Windsock last run. Everything went wrong. That's another horse to be considered. Moldana has a chance. So, you know what? I've just gone field in the pick 6. But like I said, if it was turf, I would be very, very bullish on the Meet at the Windsor.
No, that is very good logic. Thanks very much for that. And it is the field that we're looking at for leg number 1 of that jackpot. It is 8 runners, and there it is confirmed 1 to 8 inclusive. That is race number 4. And classified stakes over the 1600. That first jackpot gets underway at 2:15. All right, so we move on to race number 5, and that will see the start of the second jackpot of the afternoon on an 8-race program in Gqeberha, where we're racing on the Polytrack. Don't forget, you've got our contact details, our socials, our X handle, and of course, our WhatsApp number. Now, as far as race 5, another short price favorite, but this one is not a relocatee. Seems to have really flourished ever since it debuted in the PE province with Anacreef, and that'll be Richard Fourie looking to add to his tally. Well, the market would suggest that that is a great possibility. Was at 11-10. Now you'll be lucky to get evens about the one Gideon's Daughter, looking for that third winner from 10 outings. The 5, Raising Quinn, is at 9-2. 6-1 about the 6, Midnight Crystal. The 7, Gold for Africa, is at 10-1. It's 14s and better, bar those quoted runners. So that is race 5 of Fillies and Mares 76, and it's over the 1900 meters. Let's turn it to Nino and suggest that, okay, Gideon's Daughter, you are very bullish. All your bets, we bank it. And what would be the second, third, fourth place horses? I like a bit of Midnight Crystal as far as its performances on the Polytrack. Seems to be finding that finish at the business end of things. Do you think it'll go on to improve further?
Yeah, I think so. If it stays out the distance.
Yes.
If it sees out the 1900, it's going to have a definite chance. But I don't think anything here can beat Gideon's Daughter. And by the way, I heard you whispering Gideon's Daughter to somebody there in the studio. So I think you're also bullish on.
Oh, yes. I've got to, they tell me when I started in this industry, even if you think your mic is off, always treat it as live, because you don't know what's going out there. Yeah, but no, I'm actually going because of what I saw in your exotics. So I'm definitely going to pencil this one in for my all-to-comes, Nino.
Yeah, Cecil, you say it's even money at the moment.
Yes, sir.
And I say get stuck into the even money because it will start 7, 8 to 10 on Tuesday.
I will get on to that straight away. As soon as we finish recording, I will get on. And there is confirmation that we are getting confidence from the man himself. And his win bets and his on-the-nose bets have certainly been something to follow. Gideon's Daughter currently at evens, and this is on a Monday afternoon. Race is off at 10 minutes to 3 on a Tuesday afternoon. Fillies and Mares 76 over the 1900 meters. And there's confidence once again, banker. And I think same format as his first jackpot, a banker in leg number 1 this time of the jackpot, and banker that penultimate leg, race number 7, and that is a 3 whom we'll get to in due course. So that's an outlay of just 32 Rand for a full unit in our second jackpot in Gqeberha. 10 to 3 is the cutoff time to that jackpot. Second, the jackpot 2. Day that is going to be dominated by favorites if the early market is anything to go by, and the latest favorite will be in a race number 6. This is the last chance to get involved in a pick 3. I see Nino hasn't banked it here, but it is another shortish price favorite. One of the favorites is at 2 to 1 in race number 6, and that is the Sea Joker. That is a 2 to 1, 22 to 10 about the 5 Magdala. That is a 2-year-old in open company. The 7 Jades Cabernet is at 5 to 1, 5 to 1 about the 8 De Janeiro. It's a 15 to 2 out from 7th about the 1 Fairy Trip, 12 to 1 and a better bar those. Now the 2-year-old won a good race, it seems, last time out behind Project Runway Nino. Races in the colours of Mr. Johnny Finlayson, a 2-year-old daughter of Canford Cliffs, goes over the 1,000 meters. Won over course the course, but that was over the turf track. Do you think it'll be effective over the poly track, Nino, on Tuesday?
I think she will be. This horse is lightning fast. So it's a 2-year-old, but as you know, we turned into 3 in a month or 2 times. So I wouldn't look too much on her. She is lightning fast. If she's going to go to the front, I don't think the poly's going to affect her in any way. She's going to skip clear, and they're all going to be chasing her home. I think she's the horse to beat, actually.
Yes.
And I do make the danger number 2, Sea Joker.
Yeah.
With Jage Cabernet. But also number 8 is very interesting that they're dropping this back to the 1,000 and they put in the blinkers on, I think. And by the way, when last have you seen Louis McCox was riding for Zitzman Westhuizen? There's got to be something going on there.
I wouldn't know. But certainly he's a man who, whenever he's booked by these top stables, he certainly does produce. I think we're going to touch on that in the next race or two. When he teams up with Gavin, more often than not, it is a good result. But as you say, it should be a very, very good, interesting combination. I see once ran second at 2 lengths to Splice the Main Brace, who won a feature 2 weeks ago, didn't they? Or didn't she?
She did, and she's unbeaten in PE, Splice the Main Brace. The filly of Ellen Greef, I think she's won 4 from 4.
Geez, so I think definitely has to be respected. So that's your first choice ahead of the 2 Sea Joker. And I think you said 7 Jades Cabernet. And the 8 De Janeiro has got to be considered as well, dropping back to 1,000 meters. But I think I've got that right, huh?
Yeah, you have. And then what I can say is this. You either bank a Magdala or you go field. Because I can make a case for every single horse here, excepting for number 6. Pitten, the Nage. But it would be silly to leave one horse out.
It would be.
So it's either bank a Magdala or go field.
Yes, indeed, because I was looking at the Piton de Neige. I see Dennis rode it once, and it was a winning turn in the maidens. Obviously, that's some time back, and he's reunited again. So could lightning strike twice there? That's the sort of thing you have to worry about, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it beat Sea Joker, by the way, but it was over 1,200.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
You know what, Cecil? You take the field, and if the youngster doesn't win, you're hoping for a bit of an upset. Indeed.
Thank you so much for that, Nina. That is race number 6. 2-year-old and the older horse, the 3-year-old Sea Joker. They are the favourites, 22 to 10 about the 2-year-old, and just this marginal favoritism with the 2 Sea Joker. Race number 6, that is the last chance to get involved in a pick 3. Once again, the 32 Rand is that outlay for the pick 3. All right, it is a second last chance to remind you of our socials. Do get in touch. Please do. We do expect and we look forward to hearing from you, whatever the topic. And it is via our X handle or indeed through our WhatsApp number. Now, race number 7 is certainly a race I'm looking forward to. Race number 7 is a Tab Telebet 0861 000822. It's a merit rated 82 and it's over the 1,200 meters off time to that last chance to get involved in a double on Tuesday is 4:05. Now, very good race indeed. We've got another local debutant, but unlike the earlier ones, this one is very much unfancied according to the betting right now. The favourite is the 3 Gimme's Laddie, who actually won on the first time of asking in the province and will be looking to stay unbeaten. That is your favorite at 5-2, having come in from 28 to 10. 9-2 on numbers, the 2 Cool Winter and the 4 Transact also 9-2. The 9 Bethel 5-1. The 10 Fiery Duke is at 5-1. 10-1 and Better Bar those. Well, there's a bit of a deja vu as far as race number 7 is concerned, because we've got Gimmy's Laddie. I think one of the first full previews we did together, Gimmy's Laddie was due to have a first run and you didn't want to know. You were very bullish and that proved to be on the mark, Mr. Podesta.
You remember that I labelled it first time in PE?
Yes, indeed, sir. Indeed, and we won't forget at all. And they meet again with Transact, and that is after Transact was beaten by that 4.60 lengths. Is a 1.5 kgs better off, but I don't think that'll be enough to turn the result around.
No, I mean, how impressive was Gimmy's Laddie last time? After a year's break, running first time on the poly, absolutely won. And like we said on the show, we expected it to win. So to me, it was very impressive. I know a lot of people are going to have a doubt, second run after a rest syndrome. I'm someone that doesn't believe in that. I think she'll strip a much fitter horse. She's had the run on the poly. She's going to know what it's all about. And I think she's going to be very, very hard to beat. The dangers, well, if you look at the card, I think Cool Winter's better over 1,000. I don't think Fiery Duke is quite in this class. So I make the nearest danger, number 4, Transact, and then number 5, Donny D. I don't know what happened to it last time. You might have some comments there. It was disqualified.
Yes, sir. It was disqualified, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where it finished or why it was disqualified. I have no idea.
I'm just having a look while you talk. I'm just having a look to see if there is anything to suggest why it was disqualified. And no, nothing highlighted here. But I'll have a further look further down the road and maybe get back to you with that.
Maybe the jockey fell off or something.
Something to that effect, yes, because it was Ramzan and he retains the ride. So I don't know what happened. I do not know. Okay, but just one horse we need to touch on. In the same colors as a Cool Winter, obviously this is a trip way short, typical Allen. He starts them off on shorter trips, but no place like home, I think, is one to watch in the future. I mean, has put up some great performances when it's really on its day. I mean, 3 lengths to Hotter Ruby is not a bad run. Less than 2 lengths to Runway Bomb, and second, albeit 4.25 lengths to Jordan, who came and beat the likes of William Ironarm and Barbaresco just a week ago.
Yes, Cecil, it's a horse you put in your little black notebook and you watch it in future when it goes over a bit further. I don't think she's got quite the speed or the gate speed to beat this lot on Tuesday.
All right, thank you so much.
Definitely a horse to keep our eye on.
Thank you so much, Nino. It is Gimmy's Laddie, and that is a win bet. Again, bullish about that back-to-back victory for the new recruit to the Gavin Smith stable, to be partnered once again by a high-flying Craig Zaki in the saddle. All right, so we're going to wrap up our look at Fairview Racing for Tuesday. That is Quebec Port Elizabeth, or it is a Fairview Racecourse, I should say, on the poly. And race number 8 certainly looks a very competitive, typical get-out-of-stakes type of race where you could show a profit at the end of the day. Merit rated 78, and it'll be over the 1,400 meters. Next, the Fairview Race meeting Friday, the 17th of May, and that is the 78 as I mentioned. The betting has got the 7 on the road again, short at 17 to 10. 1 Markachev is at 5 to 1. 8 to 1 about numbers 8 Silver Tycoon and the 9 at Timber Vati River. It is 10 to 1 and better bar those. Now I notice in all the bets, Mr. Podesta, and I do not wish in any way to put my eyes on your selections, but you've missed out on a horse that I thought this morning had some sort of an each-way chance, and that is the 8 rather, Silver Tycoon. In your pick 6, you've rather bridged it, as they say in betting terms, punting terms.
Okay, we are going to close that bridge, and I would suggest to everybody to add the 8 in the last leg.
Don't you like it at all? I think it's coming to a hand of some sort.
I've been for it before. It's been very disappointing,
yes.
And I close the book on that horse. But it is a horse that I been for before, and they have a habit of coming up on me when I leave them out. So definitely, let's just advise our people or our viewers to add number 8, Silver Tycoon. What price is Globe Tonic?
Which one? Which one, sir?
Number 5, Globe Tonic.
Yes, that is easy to back at 10 to 1. One of 3 horses at 10 to 1 with the 3 Act Naturally and the 4 Pompey Warning all at 10 to 1. So that's numbers 3, 4, and 5 at 10 to 1. Globe Tonic again. Ah, there we go. We did touch on this. Louis and Gav Smith.
Exactly. And also, you know what? It's only that white draw that gives me a bit of a concern. Otherwise, I would have made it a big runner. It's beaten on the road again.
Yes.
Before, and I think she's half a kilo better off, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think you could be on the point there. You could be on the mark there.
No.
No, hang on. On the road again comes...
1.
Yeah.
And he comes down 1.5.
Yeah.
He's half a kilo better off.
That's right. That's right.
But the white draw is a concern. Cecil, I suggested a trifecta box 5, 7, 9, and 11. I think the winner will come from one of those 4. But I have no doubt, and I respect your opinion. And please add in the 8. So it will be a trifecta box 5, 7, 8, 9, and 11, which will cost 60 rand.
Thank you. You flatter me, Mr. Podesta. But thank you so much. And there's always a great joy to work with you. And we look forward to doing it in a due course. I think our friend will be back in the hot seat on Friday. And that is Clyde. But for now, as the week begins, I wish you all the blessings and all the goodwill that goes with the week ahead, punting-wise or family-wise. Have a good week ahead, Nina. Thank you.